Let me tell you about one of the most misunderstood and misused sources of vaccine safety information: passive surveillance systems like VAERS, the Vaccine Adverse Event Reporting System. Understanding how these systems work and what their data actually means is crucial for anyone trying to make sense of vaccine safety claims online. VAERS was designed as an early warning system. Anyone can report any health event that occurs after vaccination, and this is intentional. The system is deliberately over-inclusive because the goal is to catch potential safety signals that warrant investigation. You don't need medical confirmation. You don't need to prove the vaccine caused the event. You just report that something happened after vaccination, and that report goes into the database. Here's where the misuse comes in. Anti-vaccine activists treat raw VAERS data as if it's a confirmed count of vaccine injuries. They'll say things like, VAERS shows 50,000 deaths after COVID vaccination, as if each of those reports represents a death caused by the vaccine. But that's not what the data shows at all. Those reports mean that 50,000 people died after receiving a COVID vaccine, which, given that hundreds of millions of people were vaccinated, including many elderly and medically vulnerable individuals, is exactly what we'd expect from background mortality rates. Think about it this way. People die every day in the United States, about 8,000 deaths daily from all causes. When you vaccinate hundreds of millions of people, huge numbers of them will coincidentally die in the days and weeks following vaccination simply because death is common. The temporal association doesn't prove causation. The system's lack of verification creates another problem. It's vulnerable to manipulation. Anti-vaccine activists have been caught filing false reports deliberately to inflate numbers. The database includes obviously absurd entries like someone claiming they turned into the Incredible Hulk after vaccination, demonstrating that reports are not verified before being entered. So if VAERS data is so unreliable, why do we have the system? Because it serves a legitimate purpose as a hypothesis generator. When reports cluster in unexpected patterns, that triggers formal investigation using rigorous epidemiological methods. Researchers then conduct case control studies, cohort studies with proper controls, and other analyses to determine if there's actually a causal relationship. This process has worked exactly as intended. VAERS picked up early signals about myocarditis after mRNA vaccines in young males. That signal triggered investigation, which confirmed a real but rare association. Regulatory agencies updated their guidance accordingly. The system detected a genuine safety concern. Researchers investigated properly, and appropriate action was taken. That's how it's supposed to work. But the vast majority of VAERS reports after investigation turn out to be coincidental events with no causal link to vaccination. The raw numbers are misleading because they include everything from genuine vaccine reactions to coincidental illnesses to false reports. Proper interpretation requires understanding this fundamental principle. X reports in VAERS doesn't mean X vaccine injuries occurred. It means X reports were filed that require evaluation. The actual causation assessment comes from rigorous studies that follow up on those reports. Real safety monitoring happens through active surveillance systems where researchers actually follow vaccinated populations and compare outcomes to unvaccinated controls. It happens through healthcare database analyses that can detect increases in diagnoses above baseline rates. It happens through clinical trials and post-market studies. VAERS is just one small piece of a comprehensive safety monitoring infrastructure. When someone cites VAERS numbers as proof of vaccine danger, they're either misunderstanding how the system works or deliberately misrepresenting it. Either way, you're getting misinformation.